Welcome back to another install video. So if you're anything like me, you know that lighting is one of these subtle things that can make or break a build. And more often than not, you hit the big main ones. You hit your headlights, your tail lights, and then a lot of times you even go ahead and you dive straight into the rock lights. So more often than not, the light that I'm talking about today, we kind of overlook. I mean, I've already done an upgrade on them, but it's kind of the, you do it one time, you forget about it, don't ever think about it again. You see them at night working, don't ever think to check about it or check on them. So I was out here yesterday washing my truck, and then it's rained. It hasn't really held up very well. I was washing my truck and I ran into a huge problem that I have not noticed until, like I said, I was actually looking for something cleaning my vehicle, and that is going to be this garbage right here. So if you've been following along, you know that I did upgrade from the halogen bulb to an LED bulb, and it's worked amazing. I love the way it looks at night, but that lens is trash. So instead of just ordering a new lens or a new factory fog light, I did like any other car enthusiast, truck enthusiast, and it's time for an upgrade. So what we did was we ordered some new fog lights, and we're going to go ahead and go through everything it is to install these step by step, let y'all know. We'll get them lined up, show y'all how to do all that, and after everything's said and done, we'll check it out, see what y'all think, see if I like them, and we'll go from there. Might have to get some headlights to match before long, so let's go ahead and dive right into it. So before we put these on the truck, we're going to actually look at what I got. That way you can see which ones I chose and kind of go ahead and make the decision in your mind if you think it's going to look good or not. This is what we got to work with, and I ended up liking these a lot from the picture on Amazon, and I'll put the link in the description where I got these. What I chose is a black housing with a solid LED bulb in it. I feel like this is going to be kind of like I said, a subtle touch that's going to make a huge difference appearance wise. Light output, I honestly don't think it's going to make a big difference for the fact that I am already running upgraded LEDs in my factory housings. If you're running the normal halogen, be a huge difference. So I'm not really too, I guess, confident in the fact that it's going to be like a huge game changer, but the fact that those are busted up, these are brand new, at least it's going to look good. So what I'm going to do is we'll get them put in, I'll show you how to level them, and we'll check it out and see if we can tell a difference in this one and just a upgraded LED bulb. So let's go ahead and get back to the install. All right, so now that we're under the truck, first thing we're going to do is this set screw or leveling screw. We're going to take it all the way out, undo the spring, then undo the clip. Everything else, as far as removing the light, is going to happen from the outside of the truck. So let's go ahead and we're going to undo the screw all the way to where we can take it out, like so. We're going to pull the spring out, set those aside because you're going to have to use those again. Undo your clip, which has got two clips on the sides of your main clip. You'll pry those off, and then like that, take this piece off right here, pull those clips down, and unplug it just like that. So now let's hop on the outside of the truck. Once we get all the clips and the plug unhooked back here, best to get you a little trim tool. You'll stick it in and pry against it to pop it loose on this side, and then you'll take kind of do the same thing on the other side. If I can get it, see it pop back in. Let's see if we can get it. There we go. What we'll do is we pop the inside out first. As you saw, it's a little tricky. Pop the inside out first, and the outside will kind of just work its way out. Now what you do have to do is, I just realized that, take the bulb out of the back, because it will not go through the little slot. So let's go ahead and put it back in so I can get the light bulb out. Alright, so that's what I was running before from the halogen upgrade, and we're going to be changing out the entire housing. So now I'm about to push back in there, kind of work it out one side, and then we can get this side out. There we go. So whole thing comes out like this, and so what I'll do is now I'm going to show you this compared to the new setup, and then we'll get it installed. So we'll kind of take a minute here and just show you the difference. Pull this piece back. I don't want to take it all the way off yet because I want to scratch it, but there's your new compared to your old. So you can tell by this one, like I said, it's got some years on it. I think we're rolling at 250,000 miles of abuse. So I think it's time. It's done. It's lived its life. So we'll go ahead and put these new ones in. So basically on this, it's going to be just reversed process. There is one thing I do need to add. So we're on these, this little clip right here. Let's see if you're right there. We're going to need to pop that out and put it into the new one so that your set screw will tie in and will actually adjust your fog light up and down. So let's go ahead and do that. Get it set in the new one. Now that we got the set screw hold back in place of the new one, like I said, we'll reverse the process. We're going to push the wiring through the hole, and then this thing snaps right back in place. So we'll go ahead, do it just like that, reach through, grab that wire, and done. Just like that fast. All right, so now that we got it in the bumper, we'll go ahead and we'll hop back to the back of the bumper, put the set screw in, and go ahead and get this one lined up before we redo the other side. So be back with you in just a second. So at this point, what we're going to do is we're going to put the spring back in its location, and we're going to run the screw back up through there and just kind of get it hand tight for right now, because like I said, we're going to have to adjust it on the garage door. That way we can kind of get it set where it needs to be. Now that we've got the set screw done and in, like I said, we got it just hand tight to where we can adjust it later. So where you go ahead and you'll take and do your plug it in. It'll only go in one way, like so. Clip it, and then you'll take your blue cover and it will clip on just like so. It may not clip onto this new one. Yeah, it clips on. We gotta maneuver the wires just right there. We go. So you just gotta maneuver the wires to where it will actually clip in. All right, and we are done with side number one. So now, as I mentioned earlier, what we'll do at this point is we're going to turn the truck towards the garage and level this side before moving on to the next side. That way we can make sure they're in the same spot. So let's go ahead and get into that real quick. obviously gonna have to get a little bit closer to the garage door for the fact that it's still daylight outside. So I'm gonna move closer and we'll line it up with the old one. That way we can set the new one on the other side and they'll all be the same. So actually, automatically, straight out of the gate, I can tell a huge difference with it being daylight. Can you see? That's the new fog light. Somewhere over there, that's the old fog light. So automatically, so much better, so much more performance out of this one right here. So let's go ahead, we'll get it lined up, and then we'll do the same thing for the passenger side. Call it a day. So I probably should mention, I didn't see it till after the fact, the new fog lights come with the new hardware, which actually is a good bit longer than the factory one, which is going to allow that fog light to go up higher. So now that we've got the right equipment, we'll go ahead and we'll get it put in and get it set. So just a little disclaimer there. That was my fault. So I'm not sure if you can tell, it looks like it may be the same height as the other one. Let's see. Looks pretty close. I may bring it down just a little bit because, you know, with it being my truck being so tall, it's gonna be right in the back windows of cars. So we'll go ahead and we'll back it down just a little bit and I'll adjust it again later tonight. But get this one set, do the same thing on the other side. Then we'll check out the finished product. All right, now that we got the install done, I can already tell it's going to be a huge difference just for the fact that this right here is during the day. So next time y'all see it, it's going to be some B-roll, and we'll probably throw in some nighttime shots before and after, just so you can kind of compare the LED bulbs I had before to a full LED setup straight out of the box. So let's go ahead and get that B-roll. So with all that being said, I do enjoy this setup. I hate the fact that the lighting videos, stuff like this, doesn't really come through as great as it looks in person. But I feel like the light output itself is just more crisp with this. It's not as scattered, and it overall just looks amazing. So if you liked this video, give me a thumbs up, let me know what you think, and we'll catch you on the next one.